Bushia, and then so that was a say when Yamara overcome when I know a percent in same. I know, sir, the way we are saying, Kono, a marine ho. Because we are seeing mu ayadin. Until we had the tea pimpim say, Obenya Sika, Obenya Duane, Obenya Bibino or the Ashet Nihon in the bushia. Sana or Omo di we are sesono. Ama we are seeing mu ayadin. Said ya yadrin emba ya hoso, yadrin ba ye nyame so. Ah, or tea mono, ne momo yadrin ni momo no be call abontain. Distractions never doors. The more now distractions no air doors no. Na ye to me and add your tea mono na eda. And on a boawom said ye amobeti me a control ye. In Tama you ask more ya na unya kwana o beshe video no. Na only me di ekita ho se ya eboa we se niam aye pre nyina niam aye hwehwe nyina niam ye di eti pimpim nyina no ehu hia nanso no ade ehu hia ne se ye nyamre kakra na yindi ekita ho ewo ma wa behwe video no obetimi a subscribe say dem di be to ho no ma ebe send you alert na watimi etie if you see a hwe wiase niam aye koso na no kra asa ye kwa sorry ye ko mosque ye ko ya bosonsomfo ho ese no kra eye no kra no Bible no ka say in the beginning was the word if it ya say na asem no ewo ho asem no ana nyankopon di ye ni bibia asem no ne no kra nanso no kra na ewo ho ifiti asia no asa no kra ne yetumi na ehye mu no kra no adan jama ye de ntro ne ndada ana edada yen entu ko asori uko mosque uko abosonsomfie ho a no kra ni babia jama ye nyame na ye no ada ewo ye nipaduanim ewu ewo ye nipaduanim nti ya na ye nyamre kakra na yetimi watimi abeka me ho na ye din kinta ho we have a discussion kakra because discussion na ebeboa discussion na ebetimi anyane onyamesu na eti wo mu no said ye uduti ko prempema na obra at least ubenya no krebo baby a ebe quicken wo so ebe nyane wo so ebe boa ma wadampa na wo nyane wo wumpa na wo sore ntime da wasese wanyamre a ba betie mi ene na yetimi edi nkita ho eno no ho hia esin bibia ena ade a mepese me no ekasa fa ho no ne hom ana spirit it is a ekata ni pedua no so spirit over flesh no matter you call school no you can say matter is something you can feel, hold it and feel. Intade bia betima so ma be ye bia na ye matter, your body no so ka ho. Your car enso ka ho. Wo ye dan ka ho. Ensroma awia bibia twa ye ho ahia wasase so bia na etimi so mo ye fe no ne ye matter. Enti ye se honhoma ye mframa na ye mfa ye ni hu no. Tumi na wo ye mu na ye se etimi overcome sa nyama nyina. Then so I say it me starting from. You have to start from you. And I say, oh spirit, I say it me overcoming the flesh. That is the matter. Inti no na yebedi nkita ho a yebe pensa nsemu say adempo na yesia no your flesh no has buried us, our spirit in us. We are dead now, asleep. Na kwambe na ebetimi afaso anyane your spirit, it's been buried. You have to be awakening, so it will overcome the flesh and control this body. Yeah, in the beginning of the creation of this universe. In the beginning of the creation, according to science, and as according to the Bible, so Bible also testify about that. Before there was no matter, there was nothing. There was nothing. It was just an energy. I make energy. I say I did drink call and framaso. Said yeah, ubetimi ate energy na make an answer. The way I am fire nim home frama, the way I am to me fire and sat and saw and framamuno. And no na me pesa ya na me de ya de ya drink also. And no nye energy, but I want us to put our mind on something like that. Well, electromagnet energy, you go beyond even like in frama. I friend is spirit. Spirit need go beyond like in frama. Well, young fan say ECG. Almost sending like electrical signal. Edi aba ofie na aso obobo no. Sa wave no enyam frama but I'm trying to explain things. Let me be to let's put our mind to electrical signal. Say what the a positive negative a boomer unsa there's a spark. Sa spark and a year energy no. So in the beginning was that energy, electromagnetic energy. And that energy was so conscious. Conscious now I want to say the way what if ultimate dream say me o body need you what you dream you forget about your body. Oh me o body won't say me 9 amen sunny. But what the way ultimate dream who say it's me meaning and when you are conscious, you are conscious of yourself. It is our conscious, that energy, your spirit, in the beginning was also conscious, more conscious of how we are conscious of ourselves. You find say, take your mind to your house. For our dream, you call a kitchen. Na hwe baby a won chance ni sisi. Hwe baby a wo stove ni si. Na yi wa adwen na fa nante. Na fa ko o bedroom. Hwe baby a wo mpa no esi. Esi window home. Share o mattress na a damper no so no fa wadwen fa ko o bedsheet na o de atompa no so no fa wadwen fa ko na ma wadwen nante o dem ho say ya dwen no na o de ko but because of so you are conscious of it and you were able to move beyond time and space. So in the beginning, that conscious was the spirit that was in existence. There was no matter, there was no moon, there was no sun, there was no air, there was no liquid, there was nothing. It was only that conscious, only exists, and that is God. conscious now any shape. That conscious now any movement. Tell me to me now. It's just there. And it's conscious of everything. That consciousness was God in the beginning. That consciousness was you in the beginning. That consciousness was the personality of you in the beginning. That consciousness was in existence in the beginning. So Mika said beginning now. That means something started. Bibi started here. Internet maker beginning, no. So Bibi anywhere started here, and there is no beginning. And the thing is just existing. But because of the Bibi starting, you can equate the length, the distance, the movement, so you can create or you can understand the point, the kinetic force, the spark of that. So you can call that beginning. So Mitihana make us a beginning now. That means something started. There was a spark of something. And now transcend to here. So you can go back and find that this was the beginning. So because we have transcended from a point to this flesh that we dwell in. So I can say there was a beginning. Metimaka say there was a beginning. And to me, the one thing go back to when you and me, God, started from the beginning. So in the beginning was the spirit, the conscious. So the time, now not the conscious, the spirit, was wandering. It's the spirit was so conscious, conscious like otiase. Let me put it that way. The spirit, otiase. Oh, in Bible now, I say. The story in the Bible is say Onyankopon bo Adam or the not yet born no Adam da ho say obi awawu ba o de bibi be shade mu bibi a etiase. That is the conscious na etiase no de be shade mu na Adam be your atiase for. So conscious no etiase, it is in existence etiase. Na etiase no according to science no, anytime there is a slow motion of energy, it becomes dense. Infant say we show TV, and now we show movie. Now movie forward fast. But a content and one we are but we are slow. I want to me every step be a now moving there. A character all take it. Ultimate who step be and to see like you understand the movement. But we are the fast a contented. Yet the buy in the energy field, and so at the moment now energy. And you're fast you can't even see it. And in Frama, because it's so fast, so you can't see with your eyes. So the moment the spirit slow it conscious down or slow ninti asiano. Now the motion of slowing down tend to become hydrogen according to the science. And by hydrogen is gas. So it means the spirit now the spark, it was neither gas or solid or liquid, no. When you slow it down, hydrogen. Hydrogen is gas. So the spirit became something like gas. But the gas here in Phantom said you bet me at here. Oh, say gas na kwa say mframa. Oh, gas yam frama. And the spirit na yam fire ni hu no. we think say it was not in existence. And that conscious of God no was in existence. But after say or slow or two nebu or na dream no in nebuna or two ya no create inframa gas brofo from hydrogen. So the hydrogen was also from spirit to hydrogen. And the hydrogen after it also slow it down in years of time. When in say 3, 4, 5 years, a year and uncountable of years, more than trillion, you can't even count it. After the movement, hydrogen or gas, so the consciousness it was also part of the gas, the hydrogen, because the hydrogen was the consciousness, the slowing down, the movement of motion of God's spirit, became gas, hydrogen. And the slowing down after years of time, the hydrogen also become helium, little bit liquid, percent of hydrogen and 75% of hydrogen and 25% of helium. Now after helium and hydrogen slow down, it become carbon. Carbon, so your energy, something you can hold and feel. That is matter. So from nothing, spirit, I kind of nothing, because you cannot equate anything to that. It's bigger than anything you can think of. So you can't say nothing. The spirit, that is you and me in the beginning. After slowing our thinking, God's thinking, it became gas, hydrogen, 70% of it. And this 70% of hydrogen is in the whole universe. So the whole universe contains 70% of hydrogen. After the hydrogen slowed it down, it became helium, 25%. That exists in the whole universe. The helium compared to as a liquid. It gas, but when you condense it, it becomes liquid. And when after slowing down of helium, it changed from liquid state to solid, that is carbon. Something you can hold and feel. And when carbon exists, matter existed, now there is no flesh. Flesh comes later. Honam, anyhow, am I? Carbon means something you can hold and feel. It's solid. But when carbon was in existence, matter was in existence. According to the Bible, the story in the Bible was say saka. Now you liquid was moving on the surface. Say God, the Spirit of God was moving on the surface of the earth. That is the gas, hydrogen was moving on the surface of the earth. And the Spirit, the conscious, was the one commanding what was already in existence. Said, let there be light. And before light can exist, there's supposed to be a friction. So the friction creates light. Heat creates light. So when carbon becomes heated, in the core of carbon, there was an explosion. So the explosion of carbon, and when I created our planets, our galaxies, our solar system. And when the planets, the galaxies came together, when the star becomes more heated, it explodes. Above all, friend on supernova. The explosion of carbon, now it created different elements. It created different energies. It created flesh. So in the flesh, contains all those elements that was already in existence. So the flesh contains the moon. The flesh contains the sun. The flesh contains every particle and every energy in the universe. Entina, you can say, man, know thyself. The moment you know yourself, you can control and understand the whole universe, because the whole universe is within you. When spirit was in existence, created heat, hydrogen, helium, carbon exploded, created the flesh. So you have all these elements in you. Everything it's already buried in you. So study yourself. You know yourself, you can understand the whole universe, because the all element in the universe is within you. God is within you. Because you are God. You are not separate from the Creator. You are not here and the Creator is here. For you to pray to the Creator, for the Creator to come and help you. No. You are here and the Creator is here. The moment you study here, you know the Creator here. There is no God outside you. There is no Jesus Christ outside you. All those personalities are buried within you. The power that you are looking for, it's buried within you. The knowledge that you are looking for, it's buried within you. The strength, the comfort, the peace, the love you are looking for, it's buried within this flesh, this body. You don't have to go outside. You know, kwanza okwabonten na wokohwehwe. Uchinya sofo to a sofo. Uchinya sorry to a sorry. Mocks after mocks. A comfort after comfort. For power, for knowledge, for wisdom. But today, and then me catch us say, I dare now worship you. It's here, buried within you. You hold the power of the universe. You hold the power of God. Only God can hold the power of him or herself. You have all that power within you. You don't have to move so far from you to look for what you need. You don't have to move so far from you to search for what you are looking for. Just go within. You find it. The power is asleep. Rebecca said, power ni shemimua. Why is it asleep? Say power ni shemimua. I na me bresa. Say power ni shemimua. Adana me tete sa. Say power ni shemimua. Adana me rehosa. Say power ni shemimua. Why is suffering going through in my life? Take a minute. I will explain that to you. So you can go within. I know. Say, asasiso nye easy sir. I know. Say, obre akantaye. I know. Say, ye hon toyen sir. But me chiro dintia e buy. Na masan chiro e kwankra obefa so a ubetimi asesa. Now I tap it into the power buried within you. Don't go anywhere. Follow me. We said a discussion, follow me. We're going to get there. We have to awaken that power within us. We have to resurrect that power within us. We have to bring it up So you and me can be free from all this matrix universe. You and me can be free. Let's go back and read the story in the Bible. Because the Bible is a story. It's my book of Bible stories, according to I'm a Jehovah's Witness. A story. So let's go back and read the story. Story now what Bible no says something that happening. But the story is telling you something that is happening now in your life. And now kind Bible now it's always beneficial for every generation. Because the story was told to explain to you and me. I'm okay story not say me know ye be kind story no na ye dia boy bra because stories na what Bible no e happening now. And to kind amen kasa bibi ne see enti what kind was there be a idea happening wa brabo se see enti now kind Bible now it's always beneficial benefiting in this present moment. It was benefiting in those present moment, and it will benefiting in the future that is coming, because it's telling us catch saying idea happening. So let's go back and read the story. Say a referee. According to the Genesis, Onyankopon bore Adam no any Eve no. Odomo to garden of Eden. No catch Adam say, I have given you dominion, power over all my creation. Ntino power na Adam wono power no ye homie na Onyankopon de ono ani tumi ni be share Adam ni ye power that is the spirit dwelling in the flesh. Intiama Adam nya power ni nimdie no toto emmoa ni bibie din power na Adam nya nimdie ni nya se aboa we ba ozo ye fro dog oh we ba ye fro jamoa. Oh, your friend we edua, your friend we nsu. There be eno ne nye how Adam fa so to money dey. Na momo no nimdia ne nyansa ne tumie na Adam wono ohwe adekro abodia na ohwe the function, the core creation of that object, that creation ohwe the movement, the kinetic force of that, and understand the motion of that object now. Then he gives it by name, by its law govern that object. Eye tumi ekese nti Adam di toto bibie din okokan the Holy Quran or say edua eye pen na edua wo wiase nyina ye pen na nsu wo wiase nyina ye inka na wo de kasa wo de chro Nyankopon abode nyina na wo se ndua ni nyina besan nsu ne besan na wo nchro ketuampo enwie because Nyankopon ni tumi ene so ode Adam ne Hawa tro edin tro no no they were still evolving because the spirit God na or home Nyankopon ne ho be share flesh ni no it was evolving, mastering the flesh. So Adam was mastering the flesh, understanding the flesh. Na obronsam ba edim tronum no bedada. Obedada Adam. And that he said, obronsam no open the curtains of the whole flesh to Adam. The appetite of the flesh. Obronsam no ebie Adam eni. Inti Adam hu ye no. He gave an example so could dear biaba. Oh hu ye no or say, who? Now I can see. Onyankopon ka say, onipa beye say yenseso. Because God have evolved and understand the flesh, Adam was still in the process of understanding the flesh. So Adam, when someone beard the veil to Adam, Adam saw the full extent of the flesh. Without no knowledge, to me handle flesh, So Adam entered into the flesh, and the flesh was buried. The spirit, the spirit, was buried without no knowledge of understanding and controlling this flesh. And remember, said the flesh, the matter, was the particles of all the universe. The sun is in us. The moon is in us. Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, they are all in us. Because the spark of them, created this flesh. And our qualities, our personalities, are also buried in us. But you're unsteady. Your body, now they are rather controlling us. I'm controlling. So now the flesh, is above the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is buried in our flesh. And the Bible said, Adam, da ube dia duabano ubewu. Adam dia duabano wan to hotim siwawu. Because I can prove he said when Nyakopon Oba God Adam, he said the Bible story, and he said Adam heard God walking, so he wasn't dead after eating the forbidden fruit. Okohide, that means he was alive, moving. So Adam wasn't dead. Said but Adam died. Adam wasn't the body. Adam was the spirit. So the spirit died, buried in the flesh. So I say etimete owo ase na etimate resurrection ase. Because if both intimate and complement each other now, then we are lost. Revelation say, Oma omewu besore. Omote abena. Now one ti owo ase a obeda ti resurrection ase. Jesus Christ owi for 3 days. One ti owo na ase a obeda ti ne sorry na ase. We've been misled with religious teachings because of their pride and their greed. Because the devil is now in the house of God. The devil is controlling the churches. The devil is controlling the mosques. The devil is controlling the Abosonsumfi. The devil is controlling the whole world. So we've been misled. So how can you understand the resurrection? Do you think so will be a wawu no chef of no sorry? The resurrection. You can go to the cemetery and pray and try to resurrect those people. And you go and join them. The death that was in Genesis, Adam wasn't dead. So what told him? The body was told no. Adam told no young. Kameka said the book of Revelation. Eka said, "Oma ube sorry." Then will be your chef no ube sorry. Adam and told him. Then the death of Christ now said, from Adam was alive when he ate the forbidden fruit, but Bible said the day Abedino Ubewu Owoni said the Spirit of God Odia Diabano means that the veil of the flesh, the appetite of the flesh was open to Adam, and he entered, but he has no knowledge to control that appetite of the flesh. So the flesh buried the Spirit of God within Adam. Now the flesh was controlling God. The flesh was controlling Adam. Now the flesh is controlling you and me. The flesh, the appetite of the flesh is controlling us. International ya brabo. Ya brabo ya basa. Sikeni bre. Ahoya. Pesamin krumnya ye. Ebufuo. Kunsun. Beyisam ya de haye nuanom. Inyeme ekosu bebre no ye the appetite of the flesh, because you are Adam, you are Eve, the evil one, the one controlling the universe. The one controlling the earth. I know your brunsam no. You are opening up the veil of the body to us. And we've entered in. And everybody need a new iPhone. Obia per new car. Obia per so sedan. Obia per so in a back of higher education. Obia per so you say it's good, but you have no power to control that energy. You have no power to control that word. You have no power to control the appetite of this flesh. Because everything I hear from here. Material things. That is the appetite of this. But the spirit to control the knowledge, the wisdom, the power to control all those material things, no, is asleep, dead within you. Obibeka said, "Oh, media mia mini ni peduano ntino. Media mia mini the peduano." Let me show you something. If you are the body, let's see. To see say ye will skin a free honam you will still be existent. So you are not the skin. Let young go through that process and let's see. Yeah, you will skin everyone. You will still be there. You are not the skin. Your heart, everything will still be beating. You are not the skin. So you are not the body. Yeah, you will numb everyone. There will be something in the flesh. The cow bones. The bones will still be in existence. You bones to free up. What is left? It's going to be the spark, the breath of life that will be in existence. That is you. You will still be walking, so you are not the hand. You will still be walking. You are not the leg. He is still be walking. He's not the kidney. So you are not the flesh, but the spark of life, God's spirit, you, yourself, your consciousness, your personality is the energy that was in the beginning, buried in the flesh. But we intimate control the flesh because we ate the forbidden fruit. The veil has been opened for us. So the sun is in us that gives us joy. It gives us light so we can have joy. So if say intimate control that energy of sun, joy will be sadness because we can't control it. You are not able to control that energy of the sun within you. The sun sparking your body need to be alive. You can't control it. So your life every day is gonna be sadness. The moon is in us. It gives us sleep. But we can't control it. So we can't even sleep. venues is in us. He gives us love. But we can't control that energy of venues that is in us. So we are always hatred, always anger. Satan is in us. He gives us judgment. But we can't control that. Until you dance krumu. Who cry also we no be can cry no on pe in trunk. We can't control that energy of Satan. They must give us intelligence. Ye nyanim dia na ne di buye nuano. O wonim dia na wanya nim dia na o ye ka o ye fitani. O sidan o ye mason no. O be ka no kra no wakobu nua. Ade no wakoto no aboso kan. Wa wonim se ade na akoto ye no. Emwa na oda bebu nua. Ade na wo ton wo kronum sade na expire wanya nim de se ma mempepa mfiri ho na wapepa expiring date no now the full flash or now the manual wakodi ni wawu. Look, so all the planet is within us, this body, but when the veil was open, we can't control it because we don't have the knowledge and the power to control it. So our spirit is dead. The whole earth is controlled by the devil. So we are following the appetite of this, and our spirit is dead. That is the Genesis said, Adam udi aduabana uberu. Aduabana udi no, he entered into the veil of the flesh, the room of the flesh, and he had no knowledge to control that. We have entered into the room of the flesh, and we are still the descendants of Adam. We have no knowledge to control this body. So the Spirit of God, you and me, is buried and is dead within us. Yapa onyankopon echi. The laws that governs the flesh, we have no clue about it. And the laws that govern the spirit, we have no clue about it. Any clue bia wo emra govern oni peduane ohoho ani enam wi asesa ba ya tu yani na ye hwe ne ma atwa ye ho ahia ye hwe soro. Every creation bia is abide by law, the law in which that creation is created. We look at the trees, they all obey the law in which it's being created, the law of God. And two corner could say, you are eating truth because it follows the law of the sun, photosynthesis, to generate fruit for you to eat. And you eat the truth of that law. Oh, Numunso, you are drinking the law that created that creation. You drink it. We look at the movement of all the planets. They all obey the law in which they are created. Let's just look at this. Come on, yeah, interest that way. Asase so aye won wo ho. Asase so aye dey 90 so no. The earth asase no it twa ne ho round say. E twa ne ho nyina no na it moving. E moving na aye kono. E won in lane. I nam so. Nti movie around the sun. Wow. A movie around the sun over billion of years. Assassin in cassette. My man far left, na me hwe de beye. Enya deciding as a shifty According to the law, now you're creating, it says, Fahana, there will be chaos for the earth. And I am moving on saying, go slow. It's moved very fast at the speed of 1,670 kilometers per second. So fast. And it's not even straight. And it's an egg and a chia 23 degrees at the base of the equator. You show your car, your car, so now tire. The tire is round, but to balance the weight of the tire, no said ya o car now, o benya smooth ride, no. Yeah, the weight be a total tire, no, in chain. The same concept for the earth. Nyakupon to balance the earth, to have we human to have a smooth ride, no. According to the Quran, it said, God brought mountains from the earth to balance the earth so we can have a smooth ride. Even at the speed of 1,670 kilometers per second, said there is a bomb. We have a smooth ride because the earth obeys the law in which it is created. So we have no issue on the earth. It obeys the sun, the light striking on the equator of the earth that makes the earth to move, obey the law of the light. We are also created based on law. But when we obey the law of God, our life will be more smooth. This journey will be more smooth. But you disobey the law of God, then we're going to have turbulent life, one after the other. We are because we have shifted away. You are shifting your way free. Emra the boy no. Yamaya spirit no ada. Ana yama honam no edi so. Intama honam no edi so no ya shifting mra na ya de boy honhom say embedi honam ne so no. Intama wo life be ye turbulent life. Wo life be ye aho wo life be ye ade emu odin. Aho chire life. Because you have shifted yourself away from the law in which you are created. I'm telling you, say for you to awaken your spirit, now buried in you, you have to overcome the appetite of the flesh. The appetite of the flesh, I come before. Ebini konkonsa. Ebini enibre. Kunsun. Empapemu. Introcha. Ebufuo. Krono. Ejamambo. Ewudie. Sikape. Onema wenu nyina no ne distractions to shift us away from the law. Emra the boy no. Otwe wo ho firi ho a na you are awakening your spirit. Enya sorry a wo kọ and be awakening your spirit. Enye Bible na wo kan no eno ne manual to push something in you. O kan na bibia anya hwe a ehun hia. Enye mpaibo na wo bo no is to awakening your spirit. Eno ne the spell to cast the power within you. But to awakening your spirit, is to know what your weakness are. That is your weakness. You need to work on that. That is your weakness. You need to work on that. That is your weakness. You need to work on that. That is your weakness. You need to work on that. Obiawo ni nenso. Wo nenso na owo no. Eno no idea ese working on to get yourself away and bring yourself back to the law in which you are created. Obi dear ye before you gotta work on that, man. And yes, your spirit is still dead, buried within you. And it brain sikape to ko bunuya and found you are shifted away from the law in which you are created. So there will be a turbulent life. There will be a tsunami in your life. Or life now koye. It will be a young papa mu. There will be a turbulence life. Usune obana emma wa brabonu en koye, because that is the appetite of the flesh. You don't have knowledge on that. Bring yourself back to your lane. The same, the earth and all the planets are in their lane, moving around the earth by obeying the light of the earth, the law in which they were created. So assassinate planets, they are all in their orbits, without no turbulence in their life. If you shifted from your orbit, there will be turbulence in your life. Oh, shifting koba brabo bonia, you are shifting from your orbit. Akwesa shifting from the orbiter or kobo another planet. That will be turbulent in this earth. If you shifted, I'm saying that and over again, so you better say, if you shifted from your orbit, shifted to your weakness, there will be turbulence in your life. Abrabone nkoye emma. Uko bu nuya abrabone nkoye emma. Uko di konkonsa abrabono enkoye emma. Uko ye kunsun abrabone nkoye emma. Odi abufuo na eba obra abrabono enkoye emma. Odi sikani bre na di wanim abrabono enkoye emma. Wani atra wani ton abrabono enkoye emma. Means you've shifted from your orbit, the law in which you are created. It doesn't matter so bompire. It doesn't matter so na wokonia de oil egu wa pampemu. It doesn't matter so na wisika wa sorry them. It doesn't matter whatever you do. If you shifted from your orbit, there will be a turbulence in your life. The God is asleep, dead, buried in you, because you are shifted. The veil of the flesh has been opened unto you, and the appetite of the flesh is what you do all the time. Say emredu. Say what shifting in your orbit. Brabone nkoye ma. What shifting in your orbit. Brabone moye diamao. O the talia now why be bien koso. Ya rienya abayisem inyama when ya be bien koso ma. It's not late. Come back to your orbit. The moment I will be back to your orbit, now you are weakening up your soul. Now the dead will arise from their dead. The dead, the spirit, God now, it will arise, resurrect from the dead. That is where resurrection comes from. Resurrection means say spirit or krana say free. What shifted from your orbit, your weakness, who working on it. Now if you come back to the law in which you are created now spirit it will resurrect. That is where they say resurrection from the dead. You will be resurrected from the flesh, the cemetery of the body. You're going to be resurrected. Now you have the power to control the body. And you will be called the Christ. Jesus wasn't Christ until he controls his body. He controls the flesh until the Spirit of Jesus controls the material things. Now he was called Jesus, the Christ. Christ ain't the same name. Tevia, ye fro be kwesi mensa. Well, Christ, a title, I dema will be so do baby. Acquire a woko, opeso be doctor. O starting your medical school na ye mfro doctor. Ba wokwa na uwia na pass exams na near my body doctor. The same thing of Christ. You can become the Christ. Ubenya abodi a friend of Christ. If you are able to control, you shifted back to your orbit and resurrect from the dead in the body. Your spirit resurrect from the body, and you will have the power to crush the wicked. The wicked is the appetite of the flesh. You have the power to crush it. Now you can control the whole material things. Then you will be called the Christ. Your fro ama, your fro ama the Christ. Your fro efia, your fro efia the Christ. Your fro kwesi, your fro kwesi the Christ. That is what we are all fighting for, to be the Christ. Jesus said, "Mubeye bebre kra dia semi." That means we can become the Christ. Ose mo hwame na mo nsuame. So we can become the Christ. You don't have to walk on this earth sad. Enu kwansa wonante abrabo mu basasa. Unya bodin bia. Ento kwa ni awo wetiko. Koso ni nimde bia no asam baba kibie. Yeah, your reincarnation. You are going down, down, down the drain. Now your spirit will be dead and dead and dead. This is the time for you. There is no time. So there is no time. And then now make a decision. Say, I have to work on myself. The moment you work on yourself, now you will have control over the material things. Now your spirit will have power over the flesh. Dafe akono bone, sikape akono bone, ahoya akono bone, sikanibra akono bone, konkonsa akono bone, bibia na yewahi akono bone no. You will control and crush that wickedness in you. Now you can control the whole universe, because all those planets are buried within you. And if you are able to control them within you, you can control what is without. In the Bible said the two mono so sing the warrior say. So if you're able to control those planets and the universe buried within you, you can control the universe without, because you have the power. You will be called the Christ. As your brother Jesus has the power to control the material things, so you also have the power to control the material things and to control the whole universe, because you're able to control this flesh. That was it. What's me? Now I didn't mean to talk that much, but I don't know, it came, so I have to say it. But that was it. What's me? When you're Yembo video na ya yembo ntie. The more na wo botie over and over again no na de anka wadwen anti ase no ubon se obesa anti ase bi wo ho ntie yembo ntie over and over again na enye ye ade a anwumre yekoda yentie anopa yesoro nso a yentie na enkwekene ne yeso en shake yen ye spirit eno ha ne ba ha ye be yo. See benya abodin na your friend said the Christ. Into your brother Jesus. Obo asindua no so no. What's your job? I have finished. We na adwuma. Oh, and one obey ye. One beto car. One be sit down. When Jesus buy, when see a sorry die. Jesus buy na obo politicians for na wo ne time no obo machi. Asofo mpanifo na Jesus ebo omachi. Adan nene. Ye ni abre pese si asoy dan ka sie no bia won say aha yenso yo for what? And so you say we are following Jesus Christ. Adan nene asofo mpanifo, we love them like they are God. Jesus by obo machi. Politicians for Jesus by obo machi. He wasn't their friend. Adan nene politics cry wa sorry mu. Obi kodi president and now abeda nyame ase wa sorry mu. But at that time Jesus says that is wrong. Because there is a new kingdom coming. Kingdom of God. Is going to crash every kingdom on earth. Entire na udi politics echi. Oh, me pese MPP ba, me pese NDC ba, me pese CPP ba. There is a new kingdom coming to crash all these kingdoms. And if you are part of the earthly kingdom, don't you think the new kingdom is coming to crash you? You have nowhere to stand. Who the politics said they are not a salvation. Who the lemuna uko vote say no na salvation. But remember, we are Christian now. There is a new kingdom coming according to the Bible now. Who follow no? Say the kingdom of God is coming to crush all kingdoms. Into kwa sorry na politics mu, okwa sorry na obi okodi MP no aba sorry mu montoma memo ye say you gotta think, man, we are asleep in our body. So we are ignorant, we have no clue about what is going on. So we will be destroyed because we are savage human beings. You will be destroyed by the new kingdom. You have no place in front of God. I said, Daddy Dua. Ebrim Beka said, Meja, me do din esayare, me do din to our hombone, me do din, Beka said, free me suko minimum. Mamo ya bonifo. Mamo nye mweja na apade. Are you telling me say omo ka say me do din ye say no more de like abosonson for. And I no more de like abonifo. Omo nim say amu de onyankopon din na di dwuma no enti na amu ye shock say why? But God, I use your name to do this. Obi oso mbosoma na obi on fanyankopon din onu anim say wakwaje drone or de ya de e waso dem. Onu anim say enye nyame enti ono no how can the person be shocked? Say onyankopon me di wudi. Onu anim say e drone ono wakwaje bosom bia be hye enti no the person because he know himself that he didn't use the power of God. But now that time no the asofo ne wa ye Kristonia waje ginema wodi nyankopon din tu ahohombone a wonkwaje hwie o kasa obi yare ko wonkwaje bosom bia o de wo a wo yo sofo na wa ye fast na wanya nyankopon tumie na odi tu ahohombone no Wonya nyankopon tumie na wo de sayare na no na du ho na wo be ye shock because ka say na say me do din na eye say wo di din wanya tumie na mom wa brabo no ne ye no enye nti nyankopon be ka say free me suko tumie ni de okura wo na wa brabo ene wo ne ye pese me nkum nyaye ahoya o time no ana nyankopon be hwese ka say free me suko. So we have to shift back from where we backslided and work on ourselves. When Timian working on yourself, who are you going to work? Who yourself for? Who working on yourself? Who gave you the authority to go work on the church members? Also your church member, also crown a woo, unyamine, also for no wo, near my warrior, and whom here now tear saw them ho. I no, didn't say two so, or bonny for didn't say two so. How can you grow? Koyan cano crunch on that down kwa. Fasika brana mini way ma, na koya kwan say we. How comes on Yanko Pong bow and you say, yeah, one Yanko Pong, small boy. At least we woo, Muntino, Sahana Uhuno. So Nyankopon a obo ne niema ka kire ne mma se fasika bra na menye we ma Nyankopon a ka kire me se fa we bra na metima ye we yama ampa do kwa yo be yo because mbako no to me it's not from God ko Nyankopon nje ne mba ho sika na wa ye pipi Onyankopon hia akwankire bia akwanche na ye yanya tumi na ye wo no and we read the laws of problem na ewo so na ye hu say me the way go to her we be that is not God and any to me na wo no o hwe me view na me so bia won a gift e bi die sayare e bi die tu ahohombone e bi die tonwom e bi die bobo into too many dia will gift now they buy and you were able to read it and only just Nyankopon na aka chi Nyankopon will never do that and you will gift now one with me money pia afei you can use your gift to benefit yourself. Wait a minute, that should be say, Mekasa, ama, the thoughts keep coming, the words keep coming to other minja, but Mother was a say when you're quite not what they abeti mintino. As always, a friend also ameninti, or any comment be na question be na busa more comment session, Nasana Yindin Kitaho. We are Jenny and Minion where cool. We are moving step by step. Me pese me tumrika. And yes, sir. Ebeye yasumu he. I'm trying to move step by step. But I know for sure, say, obo ade adomo no ye betimi edu baby e se yedu. Ne ya tie nyama biase. Na ya ye free. Come me pese obe wu a ye besa bo wa ba hebim. I want you to be Christ before you die. Said ye brother Jesus became Christ before he died. No sana yanso ni ntimi be ye Christ before say he be wu. Said the glory will be given to us after our death. But was be brave.